Reto de lejos no tire, bien cerradito.
On the outside, you've got to go close up your defense and get him in.
Pues, cabrón, pero bien cerradito. No tire de lejos. De lejos no tire. Hasta que lo tenga dentro ahí, suelta la
put him real close, then let go of your hands. Bring your uppers in. What round is it? What round is it? Oh, it's okay. Sixth.
Well, the right eye for Margarito speaks for itself. And just to make things worse, that's the eye out of which Margarito has to try to track Manny Pacquiao's lightning left hand. Maybe the fastest punch in boxing.
You know what, and not just speed, but he punches with power. Most of the guys that have speed, they don't have power.
Pacquiao in the fifth, or Pacquiao through the first 5 rounds, averaging 33 out of 81. Margarito averaging 18 out of 63. 63 punches average per round for Antonio Margarito, who at the height of his career a few years ago was averaging 100 punches per round. The punch output gets limited when you start fighting in a brand new style as he's doing tonight, and when you start to get hit hard by somebody like Manny Pacquiao. Look at Pacquiao move from side to side.
This is what I said he should do continually.
Creating angles?
Creating angles, yeah, because
there's no way Margarito can find him. No way Margarito finds him when he does that. Just too much side to side.
Pacquiao was moving to his left to start the round to try to move into Margarito's eye where Margarito couldn't see him. That didn't work, so he started moving right and beat him up that way.
In the offseason last year, Chicago Bears cornerback Charles Tillman made a pilgrimage to Las Vegas to watch Manny Pacquiao fight against Miguel Cotto. Afterward, I asked him what was most impressive. He said, easy, the footwork. I've never seen any athlete in any sport.
Very people realize that his footwork is phenomenal.
Yeah, that's what Tillman said. I've never seen an athlete in any sport who can get to so many places so fast.
And have punching power. A lot of guys move, but it's strictly footwork. He can move and punch from any of those angles or balance positions that he's in.
Margarito having a better round this one than the last couple. Still losing by a wide margin, obviously, but actually landing some punches in exchange.
Well, Manny's taking something of a breather this round, it appears to me.
But he's winning the round still, I think, Manny. I've given Manny every round of the fight so far. Some bigger than others, but he's winning all of them.
Now Margarito catches Pacquiao twice against the ropes, and Manny finally is able to dodge away. But this gives Margarito energy, this gives him will and confidence. Suddenly he's back in the fight as he's tasted for a moment the advantage of having Pacquiao against the ropes. This is Pacquiao's nightmare, locked in a trap against a much bigger man. Fights his way out of it, bloodies Margarito some more.
Control is like your boxing. De lejos no, hasta que estés cortito.
Getting close. Don't throw until you're getting close. Come on, Tony.
Okay?
You okay?
Usted sabe lo que es.
Come on, you know what you were doing.
Here you said just the ropes, the best exchange of the night that favored Margarito right here when he was landing a lot of blows and Manny was trying to get away from him, but he was landing shots body and head. But at the end of the round still, Manny came right back with a lot of blows again, which still made it could have been a close round. Because that was the only really good flurry for Margarito. But I think Margarito should have won that round.
Pacquiao's racking up some astonishing numbers, though. 39 power punches landed in that round.
Time in, box.
Now round 7 begins, the more than halfway through the fight. Harold Letterman, how do you have it so far?
Okay, Jim. I've got it 6-0, 60-54, Manny Pacquiao. I got to tell you, as close as that 6th round was, Manny Pacquiao still landed the cleaner, hardest shots. I thought he pulled it out in the end. Be as it may, Manny circling back and forth, bobbing and weaving, getting on the Margarito shots, and landed tremendous shots of his own. And Jim, the one thing we can't measure is the amount of pain that Margarito feels every time he gets hit on that swollen eye. I mean, he really must be hurting. 6-0, Pacquiao.
I agree with Harold. I thought Pacquiao won every round, including the last one. And Jim.
But you got those rounds that is called comparative rounds. I thought Manny won it, but I think that on the scorecard, Margarito may get it because it compared to the other rounds.
Yep.
But he really didn't win it. But a lot of judges do that just to keep him in the fight, so to say.
Jim, you mentioned that it's Pacquiao's nightmare. I think Pacquiao loves it. It might be Freddie Roach's nightmare to get trapped in that fight, but I think Pacquiao loves a good scrap like the last round.
I think you're correct. I think it's Freddie Roach's nightmare. I think it might be Bob Arum's nightmare. But the bottom line is, you're right. Manny loves to fight.
Loves to fight.
Loves the challenge.
Well, this is a dazzling display of boxing skill, power, everything. Ring generalship here. Unbelievable.
So, in a historical sense, and obviously the fight's not over, but how good is he, Emmanuel?
I think he's one of the best fighters I've ever saw. And he's what we call a natural. Been getting with a good trainer that really improved him like Freddie did and brought the best out of him, but he is a natural fighter.
Well, I'll say this. I've covered boxing for 24 years, and I covered Ray Leonard from ringside, and this is the best offensive fighter I've ever seen.
He does it all and fights everybody. That's what I like about him. He's really enjoying himself here. See him try to do the kind of Ollie shuffle a few seconds ago.
See what's kept Margarito up in this fight is his enormous size.
The size. The only thing, Jim, before the fight you said you could see it possibly going to 12-round decision only because of Margarito's size.
Yep.
That's the only factor, but it's strictly a Pacquiao show.
No, if I had a prediction, it was going to be that Pacquiao would win all 12 rounds, win a unanimous decision, and there'd be a lot of nervous moments in it.
Yes.
I thought Pacquiao would stop Margarito right around the 6th or 7th round. And
you may be on target,
or you may be, because Margarito seems to be weathering these storms pretty well in spite of the way his face looks.
Margarito's hanging in, and he's having more flurries as the fight continues, but Pacquiao just stunned him with a right hook and backed him off again. 2 more big power shots for Pacquiao to finish the round.
Good boy, listen in.
I need you to get these legs out for me, man.
Officer.
Tiene que hacerlo. Vamos.
Come on, Tony, you gotta do it. Close him up.
No se olvide pinche jab de todos modos,
As the edges come in, use your jab, more movement, more bend your waist, and attack.
Cerradito, pero métasele a tirar putazo, Tony.
Here you see Manny Pacquiao landing all of these precise punches. Even with a guards up high defense, he still pinpoints areas where he can get through and penetrate. But to me, the perfect fight is the way he fought the last round. Punching, moving in and out, taking advantage of that great natural coordination and balance and footwork that he has.
CompuBox numbers in round 7. Pacquiao 45 of 104, his high output for the fight. Margarito 31 out of 71, his best round of the fight, landing at 44%. Harold Letterman is still given every round in the fight so far to Manny Pacquiao. And incidentally, I'll alter my prediction, guys. If Margarito throws an uppercut from too far away, Pacquiao might counter him and knock him out.
That replay that we just showed was a 6-punch combination where every punch landed from Pacquiao in the middle of the ring.
And look at the fact that Margarito had his defense up all that time, and he penetrated to defense. It's amazing.
There was a time in the middle of his career when Manny Pacquiao was a terrific, world-class, one-handed fighter. Margarito banging him against the ropes here. trying to get to Pacquiao's body. That could change the fight. Pacquiao fighting back with his back on the ropes.
And here comes
And he
Manny.
turns it around and bangs Margarito viciously. Left cross straight on the bad eye. And another one. Right on that badly bruised right eye of Margarito. Pacquiao hits him again with the left. Margarito nods at him. Pacquiao hits him at will. Bang!
Know who else
Every
likes
time
to
he
fight?
walks.
Know who else likes to fight? Margarito.
Absolutely.
You know, I've trained in the gym with Margarito, and what he trains
blow there.
going 15 and 16 rounds. That's because he wins his fights on stamina. So even though he's tired and being beat up pretty much, he trains himself to fight this way. So he's still going to be fighting very strong going down the stretch in this fight. Because that's his biggest factor, is fighting while he's tired.
And he's blocking some of the punches, taking some. He took a big left hook there. Remember, Pacquiao is taking full shots from a 165-pound man who outweighs him 17 pounds in the ring tonight.
And speaking of redemption for Margarito, so far this has been a measure of redemption because he's never stopped fighting his fight in spite of a frightful beating. And he's had success fighting in spots the way we used to see him knock out good opponents.
But he's not breaking Manny Pacquiao up the way he did Miguel Cotto. Draw your own conclusions.
I talked to Miguel earlier today. Miguel said this was going to be a very tough fight. As I was saying, I thought that Pacquiao had to edge. He said, man, he may have edge, but it's going to be a hard fight.
What an exchange.
What a fight. I mean, this is a fun fight to watch for a fight that's being won fairly one-sidedly by Pacquiao.
Okay. So don't let him go away, Tony. Don't let him escape. You got the conditioning. We've got 4 damn rounds. Okay. 4 damn rounds. Let's go. This is it. This is it. It's the same cut. It hasn't moved. It's the same thing. Same thing, doctor.
Don't let him put you on the ropes. I did back in the middle and back him up and put him on the ropes. Open up for me. I want you to hold your breath for a second.
Here you see Pacquiao in the ropes again, which is where every time that Margarito has a good rally, or so to say, it's always when he's got him pinned in the ropes. But usually right after that, always, Manny comes right back with a flurry of punches. But Margarito's best success has been when he's had him in the ropes. And here this left uppercut, which is his weakness, right up through the center.
Shots in the 8th round. Pacquiao landed 35 out of 65. That's sensational. Margarito had a tremendous round, landing 29 out of 55. Again, Harold Letterman continues to give every round to Manny Pacquiao. So I think with the rest of us.
Even when Margarito's having those great moments with Pacquiao's back on the ropes, Pacquiao, even in those moments, is landing almost as much as Margarito, it seems to me.
And gentlemen, CompuBox reports that the 34 punches Margarito landed in that last round are the most anybody's ever landed against Manny Pacquiao in a single round. So now Pacquiao has a new distinction in his career. He took the most punches he's ever taken in one round from a guy who outweighs him 17 pounds. And Manny holds on, and he's getting tired.
Yep, but it's a size factor. If it wasn't the fact that Margarito was so big, almost 20 pounds bigger, Manny would have knocked him out sooner. But he's been able to absorb. It's much like when Sugar Ray Roberts fought Joey Maxim at time. And he did everything, but the 15-pound weight advantage was too much, and it wore Robertson down.
Remember that when Henry Armstrong went up and tried to win the middleweight championship after having won the featherweight, lightweight, and welterweight championships already, he ran out of gas against a bigger man.
Seferino Garcia, and that was once the case again. It was just too much weight difference.
Well, he got a draw.
Yeah,
Many think he deserves to win.
Yes. But it's just a bigger man can absorb the punches a little better than a smaller guy. But a regular 140-pounder, I think Manny would have knocked out.
There was another left-hand rally by Manny Pacquiao. But showing intelligence and perhaps some fatigue, Pacquiao for the first time in this round has begun to move away simply to create space between himself and Margarito. Call it breathing room.
And smart strategy. He can pretty much do what he wants from long range, even though he's the smaller fighter, Pacquiao.
Another anomaly.
If he's in good shape and he can continue to do this, he'll win the fight fairly easy. But, you know, once he gets in the ropes, Margarito uses his physical strength to rough him up.
It does seem as though Pacquiao's maybe decided that he can't knock Margarito out at this point.
Unless somebody wants to stop the fight because of that right eye, which is grotesque at this point.
And as I said, that Pacquiao landed some great hooks. Knockout-style hooks.
Nothing. The cut is nothing. Breathe, breathe. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Tony.
Damn. No, forget about that. You've got to get in close. Get in close. So the last 2 rounds, you've got to knock him out.
Here you see Manny Pacquiao do what he does better than any boxer in the game. Let a guy miss, catch him with a punch, let him miss, hit him with a punch again. A lot of guys will let guys miss punches, but they don't take advantage of it the way that he does.
How painful was that? And there's Michelle Margarito, Antonio's wife, unaccountably with a big grin on her face, while her husband's face is being treated in the corner and is becoming a grotesque bloody mask.
He has a cut under his eye, Margarito. You saw in that replay. When he gets hit, it flaps.
Time. ¿Cuántos?
Oh, it's cold trying to see if Antonio Margarito can still see. Tests him in the middle of the ring. Harold, how do you have it so far?
I still got it a shutout. 90-81, 9 rounds to nothing. The hard-punching Manny Pacquiao. Jim, he's landing the cleaner, harder shots in every round. He's elusive as all get out, like Emmanuel's been saying. I mean, he's doing it all right. Beautiful ring generalship, fairly good defense. You know, he's been really aggressive, just fighting the perfect fight. 9-0, Manny Pacquiao.
Someday boxing fans will look back and have a lot of fun arguing with each other about what was Manny Pacquiao's greatest performance, what was his most impressive feat, what was his biggest night. If this continues the way it does, and he wins all 12 rounds against a guy 17 pounds bigger than himself, touching him up, beating him up, ruining his face the way he is, this will be in the discussion.
Well, it's not just that Margarito's 17 pounds bigger, it's that Pacquiao's moved up 40 pounds and then gave away 17 pounds.
Right, he's a former flyweight, beating up one of the biggest welterweights we ever saw.
Yes, and I still don't consider Pacquiao no more than just a lightweight, about 138, 39-pounder.
And incidentally,
which is amazing.
You've noticed that long beard on Margarito. Freddie Roach wanted to get the Texas State Athletic Commission to make Margarito shave off the beard, which probably they would have done. Pacquiao said, leave it there. I want to use it as a target. That's a fighter.
Unbelievable machine.
He's putting it on Margarito right now.
The crowd picks up the chant. Manny, Manny, Manny. Boom! Another perfect right hook. What a show. What an amazing performance. Offensive fighter of the era. Tattooing Margarito.
Well, when all of the Margarito just mentally and physically fatigued both. And this right hook.
He's ready to go.
That's one of the biggest jabs I've ever seen.
It was a right hook. He didn't see it coming.
That was a right hook from Pacquiao.
Yeah, Pacquiao
stopped Margarito in his tracks.
Perfect fight.
He had another 30 seconds.
He still may stop him. He may get out of this round, but I think it's a good chance that Pacquiao may stop him in the next couple of rounds.
How badly does Margarito want to get beat up?
Garcia may stop the fight here.
I'm okay. How are you? Tell me, how are you, bastard? I'm okay. Ballsy. You have him in front and you don't throw. It's the same. There's 1 round. There's 2 rounds left. How many fingers? 1, 1, 1, 1. 2. Come on, Tony. I want to see you in this round, Tony. If not, you got to knock him out. Come on, Tony. Throw everything. Throw it all. Good. Done. Bring your hands up, Tony. Bring your hands up. Close up. Recoup. Come on. Get in and throw, Tony.
Here you see this counter right hook, which is, as I said earlier, one of the best punches that you can land, and he's very good at that. It used to be when he first came here, he had a great straight left, and that's all you had to look out for. But now he's developed into a balanced out fighter, right hook, jab, right uppercut, straight left through the center, complete fighter.
Once he added the right hand to his stunning left cross, that took him to an entirely different stratosphere in offensive fighting. The 10th round was one of the most brutally dominant rounds of Pacquiao's career. He landed 57 of 89 power shots. Margarito threw 23 punches and landed 9. That's why Robert Garcia clearly gave consideration to stopping the fight.
Another measure of redemption for Margarito. Even though he's the villain with the hand wraps, he has a ton of heart. He could have gotten out of this fight a million times. Whenever the ref says, how many fingers am I holding? He wants to keep fighting. He's not just doing it as a show for the referee or for the fans, rather. Look at me, I'm tough. He really wants to win the fight, even though he's hopelessly behind and getting
no head movement at all. The referee, there's no head movement.
Pacquiao looking towards the ref, asking him to stop the fight at this point, it looks to me. Landed a shot, looked towards Cole's.
He again looks at Cole.
I think
how much punishment do you want him to take? That's what he's saying to Cole.
But the referee's doing a good job, I think. It's right that you can't stop it yet. Because as long as the guy's punching back. If he was back to the ropes and being hit or something, would be different. But at this stage here, he's out being out-punched. But the referee has to wait a few more seconds before he can stop.
Emmanuel, he's rearranging Margarito's face, and it may never look the same again.
I know, but it's just this is boxing. I hate to say it.
This is a vicious beatdown.
This is boxing, yep.
The issue is not Margarito's eye at this moment, it's his brain. How many clean headshots
can one man take?
I mean,
his punches have zero snap. He is waving at Pacquiao.
If the referee stopped, there wouldn't be any complaint, but I just don't think he's going to stop it.
Pacquiao again looks at Lawrence Cole.
It's a solid target. He's not moving his head at all.
This reminds me of Roy Jones against Bryant Brannon. Jones actually asked the referee, when in the heck are you going to stop this fight?
Stop!
And then Jones shrugged and knocked Brannon out.
That's exactly right.
But it's not just completed, just he's getting hit so much, but just looking at his eyes, he can't even hardly see.
Margarito fought to the finish against Shane Mosley, who is hammering him similarly to this. Corner asked if they wanted the fight, or if he wanted the fight stopped. He said no, wanted the fight to the finish. Same thing here, obviously. But it's not doing Margarito any good to take the number of shots he's taking now. Flush on an already badly brutalized face.
The corner may stop it.
He didn't do much in that round.
No. Let's go then. Let's go then, Tony. It's not bleeding. It's the same thing. It's the last round. Last damn round, Tony. Tony, okay? Tony, we got to work the jab. We got to work the jab. Come on, precise. Work that jab. I want you to do it lively. Be lively. Don't just receive the punishment. Let's go. You can do it. Come on, have that mentality. You can do it. This is last damn round.
If they're acting in the corner as if he wants to quit, and they're trying to force him to keep fighting, to coach him to fight. But they never took the mouthpiece out.
He only landed 6 out of 18 punches in the 11th round. That after 9 of 23 in the 10th. Pacquiao landed 51 of 75 power shots in the last round, meaning he is more or less hitting Margarito at will. One more round to go. When Pacquiao was doing this to Miguel Cotto, Cotto's wife left the arena. You can see that the smile is utterly gone from the face of Margarito's spouse. They'd been together since high school. She's never seen him like this. Max, I honestly wonder whether Pacquiao has no more stomach for the punishment. He doesn't seem eager to hit Margarito anymore.
He does look like he's carrying Margarito right now.
He's much like Joe Calzaghe.
Some of the greatest fighters in history have done this.
Joe Calzaghe seemingly was doing that with Roy Jones in the later rounds too.
Absolutely. There's no question Pacquiao's pulling his punches now. He is not following through and committing the way he does most of the time. It's an acknowledgement from Pacquiao that the knockout isn't necessary. To a certain degree, it's a nod to Margarito's guts and courage for coming as far as he has. And Pacquiao is going to let him finish the fight.
You wonder seeing this, as great as Pacquiao is and as dominant as he's been, Margarito's not known as an accurate puncher. You wonder if Floyd Mayweather's watching this thinking, maybe the time is right to fight this guy. For years, Sugar Ray Leonard wouldn't fight Marvin Hagler. Of course, Hagler's much bigger than Leonard. Until he felt the time was right. He noticed Hagler slow down against Duran and Mugabe. Then he took the fight. You wonder if maybe Floyd is waiting for Pacquiao to slow down a little bit. Because to my eye, guys, this Pacquiao's not quite the same as the Pacquiao of maybe a year or two ago. A little easier to hit.
That's hard to say because he's fighting such different guys every time out, and they're all so big. Now suddenly there's some Manny energy. Looks as though he wants to make sure that he wins the round, make clear who's still dominant, but obviously he's not trying to finish Margarito. This is not Manny Pacquiao the fighter. This is Manny Pacquiao the congressman, Manny Pacquiao the cultural icon, Manny Pacquiao the citizen of the world. That's the man who's letting Margarito finish. And we're done.
Jim, your prediction was right.
Pacquiao has his unanimous decision victory. Margarito has a vicious beatdown to remember, and the satisfaction of having finished the fight. Cold comfort though that may be. Harold Lederman scores it 120 to 108. That's a shutout. If I were scoring, that would have been mine too.
I gave one round to
Margarito. I believe you gave him the fifth.
I gave him the, it's a comparative round anyway. Because he did
six,
better
something like that. Yeah, it's almost like a courtesy round.
Courtesy round.
What you're saying is he did well enough in that round that if you wanted to give him one, that would be it.
Yeah, I gave him the 6th round.
6th, yeah.
He didn't get beat that bad in the 6th round.
It's a relatively inexperienced judging crew in some ways, so there's no telling what the scores will be, but it's impossible to imagine that Margarito has the edge on any scorecard. You saw Fernando Vargas there talking to Margarito in the corner. A happy Pacquiao corner. Manny's face showing some effects, but not much, considering that he ate some uppercuts and some jabs early.
Yeah, he got hit a little bit in this fight, body and head.
Well, I'm not of the opinion that Pacquiao's ever been hard to hit, Emmanuel. You can hit him. The question is how many times is he going to hit you? Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen from Cowboys Stadium, we go to the scorecards. Jay Lango scores the bout 120-108. Glenn Crocker 118-110. Oren Schellenberger 119-109. All three to the winner by unanimous decision. And now winner of his 8th World Championship, the fighting pride of Sarangani Province, Philippines, Manny Pacquiao.
Victory number 52 in Manny Pacquiao's now legendary career. His 13th consecutive win in this the late stages of his career. His 5th consecutive conquest of a significantly bigger man. A vicious beatdown of a guy who outweighed him 17 pounds in the ring. CompuBox numbers colossally one-sided. Pacquiao lands 245 more punches, throws 252 more punches, lands at a super high 44% connect rate. 58% of his power shots. Against a guy who has held world titles, 58% of his power shots. That's just astonishing. And now let's take a look at Punch Zone to see where Pacquiao was touching Margarito up. And of course you saw it. 117 landed punches on the side of Margarito's face that was turned into hamburger by the 4th or 5th round. 136 landed punches on the other side of the head and 148 on the chin. That's 401, and I'll make it 399. 399 punches landed upstairs. No, 401. That was correct the first time. Credit to producer Dave Harmon, he was right. And the body shots and all these numbers and further testimony to the greatness of Manny Pacquiao, and Max is with him right now.
Congratulations, Manny, on another brilliant performance. That's a pretty big guy you just beat up. What was that like?
It's hard. I really do my best to win the fight. He's strong, and he's a very tough fighter, and I can't believe it.
What can't you believe?
He's very tough and strong, and I never expect that one.
You never expected him to be as strong as he was?
Yes.
It looked as though by the middle of the fight, you were putting your back on the ropes and letting him work you over a little bit. Why was your back on the ropes?
Well, I'm trying to psycho him that I'm not hurting his punches, but but the truth is I really strong, and I got hurt.
When did you get hurt?
When I stay in the rope.
He did. He hurt you. Where did he hurt you?
Yes, in the body and in the face. He got me in the uppercut. So, and I'm so lucky tonight.
By the end of the fight, the last couple of rounds, it looked to us as though you turned to the referee, maybe asking him to stop the fight. Can you tell us what happened there when you were looking towards the referee in the 11th round?
Yeah, because I feel pity to my opponent, and he looks his eyes and his bloody face, and take a look for that.
In the 12th round, it looked to us like maybe you were backing off a little bit, maybe not to hurt him. Did you carry him in the 12th round?
Well, I'm not looking on the 12th round. I'm not looking for a knockout. I'm just I want to finish the round.
So you were easing up a little bit in the 12th?
Yeah, I take it easy because my trainer said, and he said, take it easy, and you win the round, and just be careful, Anson.
Okay, we keep wondering when there's going to be a guy who's just too big for you. Is this as big a guy as you can fight?
I mean, that's why I can say it's really hard, fighting with Miguel Makoto. He's very big and taller than me, and I can't believe that I beat like that easy.
Okay, and finally, no one can end an interview with you without asking you about a potential fight with Floyd Mayweather. What's your comment at this point?
For me, I'm not scared to fight anybody. as long there's not gonna problem with the negotiation of my promoter. And that's my promoter job. I'm just a fighter to do my job and train hard for the fight.
Manny, thanks again. Another brilliant performance. We look forward to seeing you again as soon as possible. But, excuse me, what are your plans? Are you going to continue to fight?
Yes, I am still strong and I continue to fight. And I want to thank, I want to thank God for giving me strength tonight and the victory that He gave me tonight, and also to all the fans who came here tonight and to watch a good fight. And that's all I can give. And I'm trying to make people happy.
You are a dedicated congressman and talk about liking going back to that job. So the pull of Congress has not yet overtaken the pull of the ring?
That's why now I have another job. After this, I'm going back to the Philippines and do my job as a public servant, and I want to help people. Thank you.
Thanks. Well, no one can ever question your heart, Tony. Tell us what that fight was like for you.
Bueno, sí, la verdad pues Manny, sabíamos que era bastante rápido. La verdad todo estaba bien, nomás cuando me cortó ya no lo miraba bien y ya no me dejaba mirar bien.
We knew Manny was very fast, and we were going good until I got cut, and then that's when the problems started coming.
Did you ever consider stopping the fight?
¿En algún momento?
No, para nada. Yo como todo mexicano siempre doy el corazón arriba del ring y la verdad le fallé esta vez a mi México nuevamente, pero vamos para adelante.
No way. I'm a Mexican. We fight till the end, and this time I failed Mexico, but we'll fight till the end.
Robert, I'd like to ask you, because he's a Mexican who fights till the end, but was taking a real beating. Did you ever consider stopping the fight and maybe saving Tony from himself?
Never did. Tony's a warrior, and he would have never allowed me to stop this fight.
Thank you both. Jim?
All right, so a good look at the winner and the loser, and Manny Pacquiao has yet another stunning triumph, another feather in his cap, another credential to add to his already historic list. And Emmanuel Stewart, at this point, he's running out of opponents. We mentioned Floyd Mayweather. That's the fight that everybody continues to talk about, but in the assumption that maybe Mayweather isn't available again. Miguel Cotto's here at ringside, your fighter. There's talk of a possible rematch with Pacquiao. Shane Mosley's here. He says he's a promotional free agent now, which may be required to get a fight with Pacquiao, and he says he thinks there'll be some talk about it. Who else?
It's very difficult right now. He's went through everybody, and just the idea of him fighting Martinez or either Paul Williams or someone like that. I mean, extremely big guys, it just doesn't fit too well.
Big guys who are fast.
Big guys who are fast also. I think that, believe it or not, I think the excitement that's going on in the 140-pound division, weird as it is, it might be we have to go. There are Amir Khans and those type fighters that are coming up, and Tim Bradley and those type guys. He may have to go back to that. I mean, maybe just jumping up and fighting up to say you're going up, but it's, after a while, I think he's plateaued out here.
Well, it was another great performance by Pacquiao, and he continues to look for further mountains to climb and new worlds to conquer in boxing. And again, Emmanuel and I just discussed it. Max, welcome back. Seems to be running out of opponents. What do you see coming down the road?
Well, I'd first like to make a comment about what we saw tonight.
Yeah.
In the sense that the NFL champion will be crowned later in this NFL season here at Dallas Cowboys Stadium. But there's no super brawl this year, and there wasn't one last year or the year before that, because Floyd Mayweather seems to not be willing to fight Manny Pacquiao. And as I mentioned during the last round of the fight we just saw with Pacquiao and Margarito, sometimes a fighter, think of Sugar Ray Leonard watching Marvin Hagler, waits for his chief rival to slow down, waits for just the right moment to fight him. And as impressive as Pacquiao just looked, he got hit much more than we've seen him get hit in years, looked much more vulnerable, admitted after the fight that he was hurt a couple times to the head and the body. And I think if it's the case that Mayweather's waiting for the right time to fight Pacquiao, the time might be approaching. At least we should hope it's approaching.
So years from now, we'll say, we know Mayweather was a genius. He waited for Pacquiao to fight 5 bigger guys. He watched him fight a guy who was 17 pounds larger. Maybe he'll take the fight next week.
We'll see.
All right. Well, thanks very much, Max and Emmanuel, and thanks to you for being with us on another tremendous night in Cowboy Stadium and another tremendous night for Manny Pacquiao, a familiar and richly satisfying continuing story in boxing. Pacquiao versus Margarito has been brought to you by Cowboy Stadium, Cerveza Tecate con Carácter, AT&T Viva Mexico plan. Make calls with your wireless phone to or from Mexico as if they were local calls. EA Sports Fight Night Champion, available March 1, 2011. Hot Wings, Cool Joint, Friendly Atmosphere, Wingstop, Fuel for Fight Night. The Gearheads are coming to history with Top Gear, premiering next Sunday, November 21. And by HBO Pay-Per-View, the best in pay-per-view entertainment, brought to you by HBO. We'd also like to thank the following internet partners. You can get exclusive updates from HBO's Facebook and Twitter sites, and as always at HBO.com, the online home of HBO Boxing. And now for our entire crew, I'm Jim Lampley saying so long from Cowboy Stadium in Arlington, Texas.